Tero.
And I'm
Heath. And we're here talking about our alter ego.
Yeah, chelsea-michelle.
Which, by the way, you can get our free novella. It's in a link in the description below. But today we're talking about mysteries.
Yeah. So, well, obviously we're writing cozy mysteries, and cozy mysteries are, you know, the sweet, comfortable little mysteries that aren't too high suspense and none of the gore. So we wanted to talk about our favorite mysteries. All right. What mystery did you grow up watching or reading?
I would say reading, because we read more than we watched, and it was Nancy Drew, of course. Nancy Drew and Hardy Boys. One aunt had the whole Nancy Drew set, and then one aunt had the whole Hardy Boys set, which was great, because neither of these aunts, well, one of them was a great aunt, kind of like a second grandmother. Neither of them had kids in their house, so whenever all of us kids went, you know, we just like found a book and, you know, read it. So those and Boxcar Children, Bobbsey Twins, yeah, those are kind of like the mysteries that we grew up on.
I grew up on Scooby-Doo.
We were not allowed to watch Scooby-Doo.
I was asked to watch Scooby-Doo. I grew up obviously watching the reruns of the classics, but I grew up with a pup named Scooby-Doo back in the 80s, and absolutely love that show. Still do. But also Matlock, Murder, She Wrote, these were absolute favorites, and I still love watching every one of them today. So.
I wasn't into the whole mystery movies thing until I think the first we watched a Fixer Upper mystery, and that was what, because those are newer ones.
Newish.
Well,
yeah.
newish. I guess they're not so much anymore, but right. It was like, then we had like all this backlog of Hallmark mysteries to watch, because then we were like, oh, these are actually way better than we thought they were. So So that was kind of my introduction into the like mystery movies. If I think really hard. I mean, okay, mysteries, like we played almost all the Nancy Drew computer games, so like we totally were in mysteries. It's just not as many
mystery
movies.
Computer games was for me was Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego? Like,
well, we did that too.
That was when it rolled out and the computer rolled out in the classroom. And I'm not making that up.
I actually we did have that because we had, well, it's been my older sister age, so yeah,
that was fun.
We kind of had that too.
And I loved that. And I like from the very beginning, absolutely loved all
Have you seen
mysteries.
the Netflix series Carmen Sandiego?
I have not watched it. I forgot that was a thing. I remember running across it.
Yeah. Okay, so I do not like that type of animation, but the storyline is like amazing. So yeah, I don't normally watch Netflix stuff, but one of my siblings introduced it to me. I'm like, oh, this is cool. It was like one of those things, like I actually binged it. I'm like, oh, because they're shorter ones, but it was, yeah. At first I'm like, yeah, this is weird. But then it was kind of like, had that nostalgic type of feel to it. But then it also was just really good storytelling. So there you go. Let's put that on your list to watch.
I will definitely do that. So now thinking contemporary. There's both reading and watching. What do you like to read?
Okay, so I actually, ironically, brought these along to get someone to read them eventually. But I've read these 4 or 5 times. So whenever I reread something, I pretty much assume that means I like it. So yeah, so these are the Serena Jones mysteries by Sandra Orchard. And they are not marketed as cozy mysteries, but they really are. They fit all of the bill for cozy mysteries. So yeah, I actually read them twice this year. Granted, once was in January, and now it's in December. So it's almost a year apart. But I am reading them now, kind of as semi-research to see. But yeah, so I love this series. Unfortunately, she has not written other series. There's one other series by her that I've read, but I feel it's more suspense than cozy. So I like, as far as cozy mystery goes, this would be the only one that really fits the cozy mystery bill. Oh, well, Christy Barrett has some. Some of hers are cozy and some of them are suspense. So it just depends on the series you get. So I absolutely loved some of her series as well. So those would be my 2 biggest cozy suspense-ish authors. I love a lot of suspense authors like Lynette Easton and all that. But that is a different genre than the cozy mystery. So that's what I mean.
Don't like the suspense. But it's a funny thing, my favorite author is Jamie Jo Wright, which is like mega suspense, like ghost story, keep the lights on suspense.
Like gothic suspense.
Yeah. I love it. I think what I love the most, besides the fact that she's just really gifted and the mysteries are phenomenal, but what I really like is that there is the dual timeline. So you've got the historical and the contemporary. And I think maybe if it was just contemporary, I would have skipped it. But because it was historical, the first one she put out was House on Foster Hill. This is like the creepiest looking house ever. And I'm like, dude, I got to know what happened in that house. So I picked it up when it first came out, and I have not missed one of her books yet. I'm crazy addicted. They're amazing. But otherwise, I don't read suspense. I don't like being scared out of my mind. And as you're going to find in the series, Michelle's a little more suspicious of everybody who moves, which is me. And so I don't need to be scared all the time.
So do you read any cozies?
I do. I do like cozies. One of my favorites is Heather Day Gilbert. She's done a few different series.
I still need to read her.
You do. She's really good. I like that. Let's see. I don't know. I can't think of another that I followed faithfully. I'm a mystery fanatic. So anything that looks or smells like a mystery, like I'm there.
Just as long as it's not scary enough. It's too scary.
Yeah. So there's obviously a lot of other westerns that might have a mystery or anything. Or a romantic mystery, like a love triangle. That's what they're called. I gotta know who did it. I gotta know how it ends, and if I'm right.
Oh yes, it's always fun being right.
Right. So TV, what contemporary?
Pretty much all the Hallmark mysteries.
Yeah.
Current as of up to 2022, because that's when we're recording this. So
yeah.
I don't know what's coming out next. So
who knows?
Yeah. So those are pretty much the ones I faithfully watch.
Yeah.
Actually, a mystery series that I don't know if I've told you much about is Foyle's War. And it's a World War II mystery series.
I've not seen this.
And he's a home front detective in England. And he wants to go fight, but they don't let him because he's so good at solving home front crimes. But a lot of times the home front crimes are actually related to the war effort. So those are really fascinating. I have not seen the whole series yet.
So where do you find that series? Currently, where do we?
Yeah, you would have to buy it.
Okay.
I watched it with a friend, so yeah, you would have to buy it. But that one's a really, if you want like a deeper, like, I can never solve those mysteries. They are so well done.
Yeah.
So
cool.
yeah, I would say that's kind of besides the Hallmark mysteries, that would be the one mystery I'm like, ooh, I really do like those.
Yeah. It reminds me, the Pinkertons, they never finished the series, but it was actually a Canadian show, and it's harder to find to buy now. But I loved it. It was obviously Western, and so it's historical.
I feel like I watched one of those whenever we visited my sister in Canada.
Really?
I think we caught one on TV.
I love it. I mean, that's a good one. That one's a little more PG-13 and they're a little graphic, I think, with the murders. Like, you're definitely doing a little more blood splatters. Head hammer to the head type of situation was a little extra, but the stories were just great. I really like those. Contemporary, yeah, all of the Hallmark movies and mysteries that we've seen so far. I'm a big fan of the Kelly Martin. She's got a couple different series, the Tea Garden series, and I know you have a different favorite.
Yeah, I like Murder, She Baked.
Yeah.
Again, I've watched it like 4 or 5 times. So that tells me that I like it. It's one of those things, like, whenever I'm sick and I don't feel well, it's like, I want to watch something, but I don't want to watch sappy. I want to watch something that's, interesting or whatever. So I will watch those.
I have not rewatched any of those, and I don't know why, but I will forever and always rewatch Matlock, Murder, She Wrote. Like, in fact, that's what I had on last night. I just wanted something in the background. I'm like, let me go find Jessica Fletcher, and we're good. And I almost went Matlock on that one, but I didn't.
Fine.
I didn't grow up reading any of the books, though.
Yeah.
Completely missed all of that. Nancy Drew, Hardy Boys. I picked up both.
You picked up Hardy Boys especially.
I did. Sorry, I don't care for Nancy Drew.
It's because she likes the guys. Let's put it out there.
I think so.
Like, you'll read Michelle in our books, and that just,
yeah,
she's friends with the guys.
Yep. I do. But I had actually found the audiobooks for the Hardy Boys, and it was like, what do they call that? Theatrical version.
Oh,
so they've got some of the noises in the background. That is the funniest, coolest thing ever. Like, it's cheesy, but it's perfectly cheesy. Like, I love it. Yeah, I really love that. And anyway, so I've listened to 1, maybe 2 Nancy Drew, and it was okay. But I ran out of Hardy Boy mysteries, I'm just saying.
No, I have more favorites of Nancy Drew than Hardy Boys.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. I'd have to reread them to see if I could figure that out. But yeah.
Yeah, I don't think there was anything wrong with the Nancy Drew. I was just definitely more drawn to the Hardy boys.
Well, there's Ned and Nancy.
I mean, whatevs. There was 2 guys in the other.
True.
Yeah.
All right, but fun fact, going back to the movies, we've actually, the last few mysteries that have aired, we've watched together.
Yes.
Separately together.
Yeah.
We'll watch it and we'll, like, FaceTime each other or send audio messages, like, what we think is happening and who did it.
That's a lot of fun.
And then we argue about who won, guessing it. I'm fairly certain I won the last one. I am pretty sure.
She's pretty sure. I know who won, and it was not the one who's pretty sure.
But here's the thing is, if you look on our chat messages, I think we actually texted one of the things about the same time. But it comes up first on mine that I said it, and it comes up first on hers that she said it. So
there was one, and we can't ruin the mystery, but like I knew it was him, but I didn't say anything because I knew it would hurt her feelings if I said like, oh hey, this is a major red flag.
Right.
And I was like, you know what? It's probably nothing anyways. It turned out I was right. And I was like, dude, I knew it. And then try to convince her after the fact. So I just have to crush her soul, I guess, every time I think about it.
I totally have not lost the whole time. I totally have not.
She
No.
has.
No.
She just doesn't know it.
Well, the thing is that she guesses like 10 people. You can't guess 10 people and be right. That's not how it works.
The problem is she's ahead of me in the recording, you know, or she texts faster.
I do text faster.
And I'm like, dude, I was saying it. I was just taking a lot more words to say.
Yeah. Okay, so here's the question. Actually, we got several questions for you. First, would you want to hear our what do you call it?
Commentary?
Commentary. Yeah, would you like to hear our commentary the next time a movie airs that we watch together? What mysteries were you raised on as a kid, both reading and watching? And what mysteries are your favorites? We'd love to hear like all of that fun detail stuff. Yes. So yeah, comment and let us know.
Yeah. Nancy Drew or Hardy Boys?
Yeah, answer that debate.
Yeah.
Why one over the other? I mean, they're written by the same people or the same, company. So it's like, why one over the other? Or does it really matter? Do you hate them both?
You shouldn't hate them both. That's just rude.
Yeah. So let us know. Let us know in the comments below. And yeah, we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Hey, it's Amanda.
Oh.
And you can say your name.
All right. And again.